There is hope. There are some really incredible things happening in our schools that will just make you beam with pride, like this story. You're going to meet an incredible teenager. His name is CJ. CJ was diagnosed with alopecia at just 8 years old when he went completely bald. I mean, we're talking eyebrows, everything gone at 8. It took some time, but somehow this incredible kid turned his diagnosis into a superpower. You're gonna love him. Meet CJ. Okay, when did you even discover that you were diagnosed with alopecia?
Yeah, it was a long journey. I discovered I was just diagnosed with alopecia when I was 8 years old, May of 2016. So it started off with just dime-sized bald spot right here, and then it grew and it grew and it grew, and by August of 2017, I was completely bald. No eyebrows, no hair, no nothing. So starting my 4th grade year, going into a new school, completely bald. There was a lot of stress and a lot of scary thoughts behind it.
Still ahead on Momcast. Can you imagine how cool you're gonna feel Saturday? This place is packed with people from the community. I mean, that's gonna be, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Hard enough switching schools, especially at that age, you know, going into 4th grade, but then going in completely bald, all of the questions. How did you finally get to a place where you could really embrace not just the diagnosis, but who you are?
Yeah. Well, the funny part is from 4th to, I want to say around 6th, 7th grade, I wore a hat every day at school. The school let me, there's no hats allowed at the school, but the school let me, for a special rule, they let me wear a hat so I can feel more comfortable with myself. And if it was windy on a day like this and my hat flew off, I was panicked, because then everyone would see the real me. And I didn't want that to happen. But once I started getting a little more comfortable, maybe it'd fly off during a PE class and I would leave it off for 5 to 10 minutes. That was a win for me. And then eventually, when it started growing back a little bit more, I rocked the comb over with some ball in the back, and I kind of just steady. It took me around 5 years to be even okay with the idea of me taking my hat off. And now I think I'm at the point where I'm 17, about to go on 18 in May, and I've learned it's who I am. It's part of what makes me confident in myself. It's part of what makes me happy to be who I am, that I'm bald and I have power in that. And that's kind of what the shirt says for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation. They gave me the shirt to represent for the walk. It's not just about your hair. When you get diagnosed with this, it's hard to just get over the fact that your hair defines who you are in some sense, especially when I was younger like myself, and especially for young girls who have alopecia. If you can imagine, girls, they have already these high beauty standards.
Totally.
So and then losing this hair, then they need to get wigs that can cost sometimes up to $10,000. And some families just can't afford that, obviously. And it's not just about your hair, it's the psychological aspects that come with that too. So now I can kind of flip that in my age and say, it's not just about my hair, because I'm so much more than that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm a person who does so many beautiful things, and I try to help all the people around me that I can. So yeah, it's not just hair. You can be so much more than just your hair. And I just say don't let your hair define you.
So it's really interesting because you talk about how you used to be in 4th grade and how it was so embarrassing and it was hard.
Yeah.
Now fast forward to 17-year-old CJ, who not only has embraced it, but you're here helping other people because of what's happening this weekend.
Yeah. So this weekend, September 28th at 9 a.m. here at Westwood High School, we're doing our alopecia walk. So it's the first ever one in Arizona, from my knowledge, and I'm setting it up. This is the first year of it. I'm really excited. I'll do a 1.5 miles, just getting support. We just want people to come and support. We've already raised $1,300 for this, and that's just for awareness, trying to find a cure, because there's no cure for the disease. So seeing all that support that I've got so far, just by posting and telling people about it, seeing what we raised from that, I've been so grateful from that. And I just hope that kind of translates into the walk, and we get people here, and we just get people excited about learning about alopecia and just helping out a community.
You said for a long time you didn't know anyone else, not just in your community, but anyone else who had alopecia growing up.
Yeah, no, from 8 years old to 17, I didn't know anyone until this summer when I went to the National Alopecia Areata Conference in DC this year, and I got to meet hundreds and hundreds of people just like me that had my hair, and that's kind of what inspired me to do this whole thing. Whereas I saw other young kids that I remember myself being like that, and I remember they were lost, and I was trying to find ways. I was talking to them, trying to help them, giving them my story.
There's a lot of kids who struggle with feeling different, whether it's not having hair, like with alopecia, or they look different in other ways, or they feel different in other ways. What's some advice that you would give to those kids who feel so different that it's painful?
You have to embrace who you are at some point, and it's really hard to say, but I didn't embrace who I was at all for 7 years. And learning who I am through that is really, really important. I learned that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique, because that's what makes your beauty. That's what makes you special. Not one single person here is the same, and that's what makes everyone who they are. And that's what makes us humans so amazing, is that we all have our differences, and we all have our unique abilities, that you can look a certain way and you can act a certain way, and that's all okay, because it's okay to be different.
If you could talk to that 4th grader who is dealing with losing his hair for the first time, and not just a little bit bald, all the way bald, no eyebrows, everything, what would you say to that little CJ?
Yeah, that little CJ, I would say it's going to be okay, because there's bigger things coming.
Yeah.
Hair is, any of us can shave our hair off. That's what we're trying to say. It's not just hair, but there's bigger things coming for you, and this will make you a stronger person for the things you want to do in the future. So
you're just in DC. That's where you got the idea for the walk.
Yep.
We're having the first one ever at Westwood this weekend. Okay, so tell me where the walk starts.
So the walk is going to start at this line right here.
Okay.
And then we're going to go for families that maybe have little kids, or they just want to do a couple laps. They can just go around this track a couple times. And then for everyone else, we're going to do a big walk. It's a mini cross-country loop. We're going to go around out here, just get some good views of the school, and there'll be stations that from other student helpers that want to help me and help support the walk. They'll be handing out waters and drinks and food and stuff, so it'll be a good little community.
And how did you get other kids involved? Was it just asking friends to join in?
Yeah, so I started this walk. I asked all my friends to just repost it, and all of a sudden their friends reposted it, and then we probably honestly got 200 reposts just on Instagram throughout the students at Westwood High School. So everyone really knows about it, put up flyers about it, and then people would come up to me, ask me like, hey, can I anything where you can do this? Because I'm asked them, hey, we have service opportunities if you guys want to help out too. It's like, oh, of course I want to help out. I was going to help out no matter what. So, and I honestly don't have that severe of a case of alopecia anymore because of how it's grown, but again, it comes and it goes, so it could fall out over the course of the next year. My eyebrows have been starting to thin out a little bit, but besides that, I've been pretty consistent with it.
Can you imagine like how cool you're gonna feel Saturday when this place is like packed with people from the community? I mean, that's gonna be, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I'm most excited for is the turnout, and it'll be emotional, because I'll just get to see everyone that's like ever really wanted to support me too, and that just saying that as a person, as a human being, is really, I don't know, that's impactful. So.
CJ, I'm like so happy to know you. This has been so cool.
Thank you. This is awesome.
And if you're inspired by everything that CJ is doing, you can actually support his walk, which, by the way, is happening this weekend, Saturday, September 28th at Westwood High School. Starts at 9 a.m. All you got to do is visit support.naaf.org. All the details you need are right there. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you next week, Thursday, 2:30, right here on 12 News. I'm Jade. Thanks for watching Momcast.